where our laws are framed, the country's future is debated, and people's representatives are held accountable. It is India's seat of government, and all the important laws are passed right here. Parliament of India is the supreme legislative body and a living epitome of freedom and sovereignty of the people of India. It occupies a preeminent and pivotal position in India's democratic polity.
Hello and welcome viewers. You're watching this special presentation of Sansad TV. Parliament is the supreme legislative body of India. The Monsoon Session of Parliament will start from July 20th. There will be a total of 17 sittings. In this edition, let's take a look at events expected during the session. Come along.
The summoning of Parliament is specified in Article 85 of the Constitution. The power to convene a session of Parliament rests with the government. The decision is taken by the Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs, which is formalised by the President, in whose name MPs, that is Members of Parliament, are summoned to meet for a session. India does not have a fixed parliamentary calendar, but by convention, Parliament meets for 3 sessions in a year. The longest, the budget session, it starts towards the end of January and concludes by the end of April or first week of May. The second session is a 3-week monsoon session, which usually begins in July and finishes in August. Winter session is generally held from November to December. The gap between the 2 sessions of Parliament cannot exceed 6 months, which means the Parliament meets at least 2 times in 1 year. The Monsoon Session of Parliament is scheduled to be held between July 20th, 2023 and August 11th, 2023. The basic function of Parliament is to make laws. All legislative proposals have to be brought in the form of bills before Parliament. A bill is a statute in draft and cannot become law unless it has received the approval of both the Houses of Parliament and the assent of President of India. The process of law making begins with the introduction of a bill in either House of Parliament. A bill can be introduced either by a minister or by a member other than the minister. In the former case, it is called a government bill, and in the latter case, it is known as the private member's bill. A bill undergoes 3 readings in each house, that is the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, before it is submitted to the President for assent. However, a money bill cannot be introduced in the Rajya Sabha. It can only be introduced in the Lok Sabha with prior recommendation of the President for introduction in the Lok Sabha. If any question arises whether a bill is a money bill or not, the decision of the Speaker thereon is final. Bills listed for consideration and passing include the Multi-State Cooperative Societies. It amends the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act of 2002. It also establishes the Cooperative Election Authority to conduct and supervise elections to the boards of multi-state cooperative societies. The Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provisions Bill 2022. It decriminalizes certain offences, rationalizes penalties, and removes certain offences across various laws to improve ease of doing business. The Repealing and Amending Bill 2022. It seeks to repeal 65 redundant and obsolete laws. The Mediation Bill 2021. It sets up the Mediation Council of India, mandates pre-litigation mediation, and makes mediation awards binding and enforceable. The Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order 3rd Amendment Bill 2022. It revises the list of scheduled tribes with respect to its application to Himachal Pradesh. The Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order 5th Amendment Bill 2022. It revises the list of scheduled tribes with respect to its application to Chhattisgarh. The Forest Conservation Amendment Bill 2023. It adds and exempts certain types of land from the purview of the Act. It expands the list of activities permitted to be carried out on foreign land. The Biological Diversity Amendment Bill 2021. It simplifies compliance requirements for domestic companies using biological resources and exempts certain practitioners and activities from benefit sharing requirements. Bill listed for introduction include the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023. It seeks to replace the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Ordinance 2023. The Registration of Births and Deaths Amendment Bill 2023. It seeks to make the registration process people-friendly and update national and state-level databases using the database of registered births and deaths. The Advocates Amendment Bill 2023. It seeks to repeal the Legal Practitioners Act of 1879 by incorporating its provisions into the Advocates Act of 1961. The Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2023. It aims to establish a comprehensive legal framework governing digital personal data protection in India. The Postal Services Bill 2023. It replaces the Indian Post Office Act of 1898, stipulates fundamental matters on postal services, facilitates the development of postal sector and protects the rights and interests of users. The Press and Registration of Periodicals Bill 2023. It seeks to provide for the registration of periodicals. The Cinematograph Amendment Bill 2023. It makes the process of film sanctioning more effective, provides for measures to check film piracy, and introduces age-based categories for certification. The National Research Foundation Bill 2023. It seeks to establish National Research Foundation and repeal the Science and Engineering Research Board Act of 2008. The Railways Amendment Bill of 2023. It repeals the Indian Railway Board Act of 1905 by incorporating its provisions into the Railways Act of 1989. The Mines and Mineral Development and Regulation Amendment Bill of 2023. It amends the Mines and Mineral Development and Regulation Act of 1957 to introduce exploration licenses and delist some minerals from the list of atomic minerals. The Constitution Scheduled Caste Order Amendment Bill 2023. It includes the Mahara and Mahara communities as synonyms of Mahar, Mehra, and Mahar in the list of scheduled castes of Chhattisgarh. The Constitution Jammu and Kashmir Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill of 2023. It revises the list of scheduled tribes of Jammu and Kashmir. The Jammu and Kashmir Reservation Amendment Bill of 2023. It changes the nomenclature of weak and underprivileged classes to other backward classes in the Jammu and Kashmir Reservation Act of 2004 and the associated rules. The Drugs, Medical Devices and Cosmetics Bill 2023. It repeals the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and seeks to regulate the import, manufacture, distribution, sale of drugs, medical devices and cosmetics and provide for regulatory standards to ensure their quality, safety, efficacy and performance. The National Dental Commission Bill 2023. It seeks to set up a National Dental Commission and repeal the Dentists Act of 1948. The National Nursing and Midwifery Commission Bill of 2023 seeks to set up a National Nursing and Midwifery Commission and to repeal the Indian Nursing Council Act of 1947. The National Cooperative University Bill 2023. It seeks to establish the National Cooperative University.
The visible part of Parliament's work takes place on the floor of the House. However, Parliament has another important forum, its Parliamentary Committees, through which a considerable amount of work gets done. Important committee reports are expected to be tabled during the Monsoon Session of Parliament.
Parliament deliberates on complex matters that often need technical expertise for better understanding. Parliamentary committees provide members the forum to engage with domain experts and government officials in their study. These committees also help in building consensus across political parties. Committees have closed-door meetings that allow members to freely question and discuss the issues. There are 24 such departmentally related parliamentary standing committees. Each of them oversees a set of ministries. They also examine policy issues of respective ministries and make suggestions to the government. Parliament is the embodiment of the people's will, and parliamentary committees are an instrument of Parliament for its own effective functioning. The Budget Session of Parliament of 2023 commenced on 31st of January 2023 and was adjourned on 6th of April 2023. The productivity of the Lok Sabha during the Budget Session of 2023 was approximately 34% and that of Rajya Sabha was approximately 24%. Making legislations and discussing serious issues concerning common masses of this country are the prime job of Parliament. In this light, it becomes necessary for the House to function smoothly. Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Jagdeep Dhankar, and Speaker of Lok Sabha, Om Birla, have always tried to maximize the productivity of the House.
Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition, with hopes of a fruitful and productive session. Let me sign off. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sansad TV. Namaskar.